Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving deep into what's really happening inside the Russian military, a story of chaos, desperation, and shocking decay. For decades, Russia was seen as a superpower with one of the world's most feared armies. But now, that image is falling apart. Soldiers on the front lines are struggling, factories are running out of parts, and some of the bombs being dropped are nearly 80 years old. Yes, 80-year-old bombs in a modern war. Behind the polished military parades and Putin's grand speeches lies a collapsing system. The Russian army is running low on modern ammunition and equipment. There are reports of Soviet-era weapons being taken out of storage, cleaned up, and sent to the front lines. In recent months, Russian jets have been dropping modified Fab 500 bombs, explosives designed in the 1950s now retrofitted with crude wings to glide over targets. These bombs are cheap, wildly inaccurate, and extremely destructive. But to the Russian military, they're the only option left. Frontline soldiers are starting to speak out. Leaked communications reveal troops complaining about shortages of food, bullets, and even proper uniforms. Some say they were sent to fight after only a few days of training. Others describe officers disappearing when battles get tough. It's becoming clear that morale is dangerously low, and discipline is breaking down fast. What was once a symbol of power is now a patchwork of confusion and fear. Russia's logistics chain, the backbone of any army, is in total crisis. Western sanctions have crippled its ability to build new tanks, aircraft, and advanced missiles. Factories can't import key microchips and electronic components anymore, forcing engineers to improvise with whatever they can find. There are verified reports of Russian technicians pulling chips out of washing machines and even gaming consoles to keep their weapons operational. It's a shocking picture of how sanctions are slowly choking Russia's war machine. And then comes the corruption. Billions of rubles meant for soldiers, food, and equipment have vanished into the hands of corrupt officials. In the last few months alone, several high-ranking defense officials were arrested for embezzlement, living in luxury while their soldiers freeze and starve in the trenches. One insider claimed that up to half of the supplies meant for frontline troops are stolen or sold before they even leave the warehouse. It's not just mismanagement, it's betrayal from within. Even the once feared Russian tank divisions are showing signs of decay. Satellite images show that hundreds of tanks pulled from long-term storage are rusted, stripped of parts, or simply unusable. Some of the vehicles now appearing on the battlefield, like the T-55, were built in the 1950s. Imagine sending a 70-year-old tank into a modern war zone filled with drones, precision missiles, and advanced sensors. It's not a show of strength, it's desperation, and yet, the propaganda machine keeps rolling. On Russian television, everything looks perfect. Putin is confident, soldiers are heroes, and victory seems certain. But on the ground, the reality couldn't be more different. Commanders are clashing, soldiers are refusing to fight, and makeshift weapons are being built out of whatever can be found. Russia's so-called modernization has become a tragic illusion. In Ukraine, these problems are painfully visible. Videos show Russian soldiers mounting machine guns onto civilian pickup trucks, technicals, because proper military vehicles have run out. Others are seen begging online for equipment, drones, and first aid kits. Many units are now crowdfunded by Russian civilians who donate to keep their army alive. It's a surreal scene, one of the world's largest militaries relying on social media donations to survive. Even the Air Force isn't spared. Russian pilots are flying under impossible conditions, outdated navigation, limited fuel, and poor intelligence. Many aircraft are lost because the systems guiding them simply fail. And then there are the bombs, some so old they don't even detonate. Ukrainian engineers have recovered bombs stamped with manufacturing dates from the 1940s. That means Russia is literally using leftover munitions from World War II in 2025. Think about that for a moment. The manpower crisis is just as severe. With so many soldiers killed or wounded, the Kremlin is scraping the bottom of the barrel for recruits. They've been drafting prisoners, foreign laborers, and even students. Many are sent to the front lines after a few weeks of basic training, if that. They're often given old rifles, poor rations, and zero protection. It's not a professional army anymore. It's a revolving door of desperate men sent to die for political survival. Behind all of this chaos lies a deeper truth. Russia's image of military power was built on fear, not facts. The world believed in a myth of invincibility. But this war has pulled back the curtain. The cracks are everywhere, in the weapons, in the leadership, in the morale, and in the very system that holds it all together. Even loyal Russians are starting to question what's really happening, as stories of missing soldiers and unpaid wages spread quietly online despite strict censorship. This isn't just the story of a military falling apart, it's the story of a regime trying to hide its own weakness. Putin knows that losing this war could destroy his legacy. That's why he continues to throw everything and everyone into the fight. But every old tank rolled out of storage and every 80-year-old bomb dropped from the sky is proof that the empire is running on fumes. The once mighty bear is bleeding, and the world can see it. So as the war grinds on, one truth becomes impossible to ignore: Russia's military might isn't what it used to be. The speeches, the parades, and the propaganda can't hide the reality on the battlefield. Soldiers know it, commanders know it. And soon, the whole world will know it too. Russia's military isn't just struggling, it's falling apart before our very eyes.